Hello time traveler. My name is Christiane Heesmans. I'm lecturer and researcher of sustainable futures at the Fontes Academy for Creative Industries. In this web lecture we will talk about signals for change. Signals for change are a high impact event leading to a disruption of or change in a trend, influencing the Sustainable Development Goals. The signals for change are high-impact events leading to a disruption of or a change in a trend. This change can be expected, like the development of a new technology or the scientific insights in ecological systems. But this signal for change can also be disruptive and unexpected, like a virus. During foresight, we will use signals for change based on the STEEP, which means societal, technological, environmental, economic and political drivers. The signal for change, as said, expected or unexpected, rapid or slow, interacting or individually, determine after all the future of the SDGs. In the method, we will use signal for change cards, which you can use as a tool to discuss, to enrich, to understand, or to go wide into your future imagination. In this web lecture, we will explain the signal for change. We have chosen to use the signal for change from the Horizon Scan 2050 as starting point. In the Horizon 2050, there are 151 signals of change detected throughout desk research and by expert interviews. The signals might seem strange, but the experts rank them as most probable. These will help you to open your future sight for a plausible future. We will explain some of the factors that go into each STEEP factor, chosen by the experts to give you an idea. However, we also invite you to explore other possible signals for change. No, that's an understatement. Without overview of all kinds of signals of change, you can't explore futures. You can download the Horizon 2050 report on the portal of Foresight. Some following society signals are detected, and I will highlight a few. Much information on our online behavior is available and for anyone easy to see. Identity fraud and privacy violation are a serious problem. What will be the effect on our society? Imagine what kind of future we will live whether there is no privacy anymore. Robots will be better in daily tasks than humans. The rise of robotics will change the balance and configuration of the labor market. Experts predict that this development will cause people in the service sector to lose their jobs as well. How will our society look like when we live together with robots? Sociologists and trend watchers are pointing out a mentality change towards a more holistic approach to life. In this concept, the universe is seen as one inextricable entity, meaning that living, relaxation, learning, care, attention for each other and nature are all fully intertwined. I showed a few examples of societal developments, but these are just a few examples. Deepen your analysis and research further for signals for change. You can use the Horizon 2050 research that is on the portal. Technological signals. What kind of technological developments will change our way of life and our society? Some examples, but I can't say it enough. Research more yourself and make use of the Horizon 2050 report. Algae may also be one of our new resources, although growing them is still problematic. Everywhere in the world, people are working hard to produce algae and to investigate their potential, for example on energy, food or medicines. stem cell therapy is hot. Many diseases are caused by cells dying or functioning suboptimally. If we can successfully replace these cells, this may lead to recovery of the patient. Perhaps stem cell therapy will make us 150 years old. An artificial brain that is far more advanced than the human brain. The exocortex consists of external memory modules, processors, hardware and software systems that enhance the human brain, while interacting with it. This is a direct brain-computer interface, meaning that these brain extensions become a functional part of the human brain. These were some technological signals. Research further by yourself and see Horizon 2050. Environmental signals. What kind of ecological challenges and developments will change our way of life and systems? Again, some examples. Desalination of water to meet increased demand for drinking water. The availability of clean drinking water is a large global problem. Desalination of seawater is a viable solution, but this is very expensive compared to conventional drinking water productions. We will have to prepare for the impact of an asteroid on Earth. The effect can be disastrous. In 1908, an asteroid hit Siberia, leveling a wooded area that was larger than London. The chance of an asteroid hitting Earth is once every 1,000 years. Global mentality change to counter the effects of climate change. You see a big global mentality change. See Greta, she is the icon of the climate change and our mentality change to this. Some economical signals. The economic system is increasingly dependent on IT and, for this reason, vulnerable to disruption, viruses, cyberterrorism, crime. According to the FBI, cyberterrorism will become the largest terrorist threat. The global inequality between poor and rich keeps growing. That effectively means that other forms of inequality, such as life expectancy, follow in their wake. This is a potential source of conflict between third world countries and first world countries. There are economics who believe that the third world will take over the role previously played by the first world. There are also economics who think the start of a revolution in banking is already going. And some economics even suggest we may fall back on a barter system. This slide, you know, I don't have to mention something about that. And the last letter of STEEP is the P of political. What kind of political developments are drivers of change? The Horizon scan of 2007 already stated that the loss of trust in national politics was an important future challenge. During the past years, this trend has continued. See what's happening in America or in other countries. The flaws of the European Monetary Union, made apparent by the financial and economic crisis, and the need to revamp economic policy making and the necessary democratic backing in the EU, allowed federalism at least to be debated again. Imagine what consequences would a federal Europe have in relation to your scope of focus. Besides cyberterrorism, bioterrorism is a new and major threat to the world, perhaps even more dangerous than the nuclear threat. It is conceivable that terrorists will increasingly be using these weapons because they are no longer very difficult to produce. The COVID-19 crisis shows that some people think it was an act of bioterrorism. Whether or not, we have felt the consequences as society enormously. Time travelers. In the next web lecture, we will explain how to work in the method with the signals for change. For now, realize that we presented a few signals and that there are many more. Signals related to a change or paradigm shift around your chosen topic. Don't forget to look further and go wide in searching for signals for change.